Good morning. Injury update. Ray Davis will probably be limited today. Mike Edwards, defensive back Mike Edwards, is sick. We'll see where that goes. I think other than that, that's it.
When did Ray's injury happen during practice, or was that from the game?
Good question. It actually showed up at the very end of the game. At the time, didn't feel like it was anything significant, but then it popped up again yesterday during practice. So we'll see how he does today and go from there.
Do you feel like you're in a good spot at this point in the week with James Cook then?
Yes. Yeah. Barring anything today, Joe, that shows up. Yeah.
So, Coach, is Ray the only limited participant today? Because I know Ed's been limited all week. Is he going up to full, or is he still limited?
Yeah. How are we listening? I mean, he's limited/full. It's a like, see how he does. Yeah. So I expect him at this point to play in the game. Again, barring James, I feel like is a little bit ahead of Ed. If that gives you context, Chris. So yeah. Yep.
Week gone with Amari? I know it's only still been a short amount of time, but in terms of getting him involved in that sort of thing.
Yeah, it's short week as it is, coming off the Monday night game there. But he's done a good job of, he's a pro, studying his plays and trying to learn the game plan and integrating into our offense. We'll see how he does today again, and each day, moving forward a little bit more each day.
Playing?
We'll see. I mean, I would think so, but I want to see and I want to visit with the coaches again.
You had mentioned that earlier in the week of wanting to get feedback from
Yep.
offensive coaches about
Sure.
him. Kind of what are you looking for from that standpoint? Like, is it more playbook-wise? What are you showing on the field, or like what kind of feedback are you?
Yeah,
looking
it's
for?
not as much what he's showing on the field because we feel like he's going to help us. He's a good player. It's just more of his comfort level in what we're doing, and then how much he'll be used based on what he knows. Right? You can only dress so many guys each week. In this case, you need everyone every week, not just this case, but every week. You need people who are dressed to contribute on the field as well, whether it be offense, defense, or also special teams. So it's just if you had everyone that could be up, sure, he's going to be in uniform, but that's not the rules. So.
How have you seen Tyler respond since you brought in Lucas?
Yeah, he's been a pro. He really has. He's been a pro, and we've had good communication, and we'll see where that takes us.
Are you still going into the game with Tyler as the kicker, or is that still
Yeah, we're going into the game this week with Tyler kicker. Yeah.
We talked earlier this week about Adam Henry's relationship with Amari, but
Yeah.
just general on Adam Henry. When did you notice kind of the relationships he forms with players he's coached even in the past, and how he maintains those relationships, and how does that help him as a coach, I guess?
Yeah, no, it's a great question. I think that when you interview someone or you hear about a position coach, you're always trying to do research. I didn't come up around Adam. We'd never worked together. But speaking to people who I know that know him or had worked with Adam, one of the things they mention is, he builds a good relationship with his players, but at the same time holds them accountable, to the standards. So I think that's a great balance right there, and a great attribute as a coach. So whether it's Amari or other players, especially some of the great receivers over the years that have played, he's been around them and had similar relationships as well.
How much did you balance scouting Amari this week with what he did throughout and conversely the game ahead of you?
Yeah, short week as far as that goes, but came right back here after the game and on Monday in New York, and came over here and just went right to work on reviewing the game first, and then looking at his targets from this year. And then to continue with the game plan. So, yeah.
What stood out most on film from him?
I know his game. I knew his game. Going against him a little bit there, and was just looking at what he's been able to do this year. Last year certainly had a phenomenal year, and this year, maybe off to a different start a little bit initially, but everything happens for a reason, right? So, you're just trying to get to the get to the root of, hey, the player and the situation he was in and how that would be here. And like I said, we're happy to have him. He's a good football player. He's going to help us. And so you're just trying to evaluate every situation and the situation a player might be in, and then look at how that would help us here in the situation he'd be in here.